The painter Vincent van Gogh once said, "If you hear a voice inside you say that you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced." The quote provides insight into navigating our inner voice. Van Gogh was no stranger to productivity. He created more than 800 oil paintings, mainly during the last 2 years of his life. If you sit with an idea or goal for even a few minutes, you'll most likely experience various thoughts, whether you want them or not. Some of those thoughts may be helpful, others may not. However, the task of effectively navigating these inner thoughts or the inner voice can be the difference between leading the life that you genuinely want to live or failing to even take the first step. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not think that what is hard for you to master is humanly impossible. And if it is humanly possible, consider it to be within your reach." As Van Gogh alluded, our inner voice can say things that are not true. Reflect for a moment on a past accomplishment. Did you hear an inner voice of doubt leading up to or during the achievement? The tricky thing about the inner voice is that our thoughts are outside of our control. Although we do have control over the thoughts that we entertain and put into action. Your mind will be like its habitual thoughts, wrote Marcus Aurelius, for the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. The ancient Cherokee parable known as the story of the two wolves illustrates this point. A grandfather is talking with his grandson. The grandfather says, "In life, there are two wolves inside of us which are always at battle. One is a good wolf, which represents things like kindness, bravery, and love. The other is a bad wolf, which represents things like greed, hatred, and fear." The grandson stops and thinks about it for a second. Then he looks up at his grandfather and says, "Grandfather, which one wins?" The grandfather replies, "The one you feed." Another way to look at the parable is that these two wolves feed us through our inner voice. The bad wolf may tell us things like the Van Gogh quote, "You cannot paint." The good wolf, on the other hand, might sound closer to the Marcus Aurelius quote, "If it is humanly possible, it is within your reach."